What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Grub'N podcast. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good. Doing
all right.
Yo, guys. So we have.
I'm loving this cold weather, dude.
I know, me too.
It's nice. Usually we'll have the air conditioner on blasting.
Yeah.
It's all sweaty
But
with
not
the lights.
today. Not today.
Not today.
Guys, so we have a special guest, Cindy. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey,
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for driving down from
Yeah.
your house. I know it was like
problem.
an hour and 30 minutes long or something.
No, it wasn't too bad. It was probably 38 minutes. So not even reach 45. No, you're good.
Dang. Because she was speeding, guys. She was like,
You
the
didn't
cops were
call me
right
out
behind her.
that. No, I'm just kidding.
The cops were right behind her.
She's going a $150.
You know what? I've never been pulled over, but it's like my biggest fear.
Being pulled over?
Yeah.
Do you speed?
Yeah.
A lot.
Like a lot? Like do you speed and text
Okay.
while you're...
No.
Okay, you're just asking for it right there.
I'm not gonna sign myself up to go to jail.
She's like,
allegedly.
Allegedly, I'm not answering that.
Just make sure my dad doesn't see this. No, I do not speed. No, I'm just kidding. I do, but it's more like, you have the music blasting, you're just like going, and that's when I speed. So I had the music blasting.
I agree.
So
though.
you don't feel it. Yeah.
And if I'm by myself.
What?
Yeah.
She's responsible. She cares about other people's lives.
Yeah.
What music do you speed to though?
Oh no, it can be anything. It could be like a ballad, like a sad ass song, and I'm still like, damn.
You surfing.
Like in the motion and the feels.
It don't matter.
It can be anything.
Yeah, seriously. You guys don't like.
I do.
I would
Any
understand
jams
if
I
you
put.
drive slower if it's sad.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think I read something where they said like if you put like rock or some like stuff that's
metal.
upbeat,
Some metal.
you're going faster, but you put something more mellow.
You put the Mario Kart soundtrack. You just like.
Nah, I can see you doing that then, and you
Yeah,
speed,
yeah,
just knocking everybody out.
My car's old. I don't care if nothing happens. No, I'm just kidding.
But is it like those cars where it's made out of what is it, metal? No, the older cars. What are they made out
Oh,
of?
they're metal cars.
The steel.
Steel.
No,
No, just
mine's not that old.
Oh no?
No.
Yo, those if you hit one of those, you're screwed.
Oh, yeah.
You are God.
Well,
There's
it depends. Your car is fucked, but then if you're in that metal car, you're fucked because the cars nowadays are meant to absorb all the impact,
The kinetic energy.
and the
You'll
older
probably
cars
get
don't.
hurt more
Yeah.
being in a metal car.
Like the whole car will fuck up.
damn.
Yeah.
Cindy, so talk to us a little bit about your podcast.
Oh yeah,
Introduce it.
so I have a podcast. It's called Wonderbolt Podcast.
Check it out.
What's it
it's
called?
Wonderbolt.
Wonderbolt.
Yeah, and I have no
That's a
idea
dope
how
name.
we came up with that. Well, me.
She was high as fuck. That's what it was.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Well, I was driving. No, I'm just kidding.
Her dad. Her dad don't watch this.
I know. No, I don't know. I just made a list of a bunch of stuff, and then we weren't even gonna use that one. We were gonna use something else, and then I was like, because I wanted it to not sound I wanted for guys and girls, because knowing me, I probably would have had something more related to me, and so I feel like I don't know, it would have made my audience a little smaller. But yeah, we came up with Wonderbolt. Forced my siblings to be in it, which they're totally down. But I didn't want to sit down and talk by myself. 'Cause I can't do it. I'm just gonna be like, okay, yeah, so
Yeah, it's
So-
kind of boring. It's kind
Yeah,
of boring.
So
right.
it's just thoughts going. But yeah, so I have my siblings on it, and we have guests. So every time I have a guest, it's pretty much just me interviewing them. But yeah, so it's been going on since we started. I think the first week of January. So it's barely gonna be a year.
It's gonna be a year.
Yeah.
So kind of like us.
Kind of like
been
us.
a
It's
little
gonna
bit
be
over
a
a
year.
year for us.
What was your
yeah.
original name on it though?
Dos of Fuego or something like that.
Doce Fuego.
That's
Dose
also
Fuego.
that's not a bad name.
That's not a bad
That's
name.
not a
actually.
bad
Dose
name.
Fuego. It's not copyrighted, right?
He's
gonna
steal
steal
it on my way home.
She's like
The
trademark.com.
only reason we didn't do it because I felt like that it sounded like just two people.
Dos of Fuego. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those-
so
oh, okay, I
two, and then
see.
I always it was a little too much pressure to bring in the heat, if I have a boring ass episode,
How was
So,
it Fuego?
Yeah, I'm maybe I was if I thought maybe if I was more in music or something like that, I felt like it would have went, but I didn't end up going with that. But so if you guys want a second podcast,
Yeah, Wonderbolt.
Hit it.
No, but you know what? Both names are dope though.
Yeah.
But Wonderbolt, it has like a
It
ring
stands
to
out.
it.
It
Yeah.
does.
Okay, I'm glad.
It's unique.
Have you ever had what's the craziest guest you had?
The craziest guest.
Where you were
Most
like,
memorable.
yeah, when you were like, what the hell did they just say?
I don't know. I don't think that's hard because I haven't had I've probably had 5 or 6 guests. Oh no, I've had maybe 10, but It's probably the ones with my friends because probably my best friend, because we told stories and I'm just like, wait, I don't want this on the internet. But like,
those are the best ones because it's just a natural, normal conversation that you're having.
Yeah, it's more like easier to just like talk about whatever, like bring up old stories instead of like figuring out, a guest.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier, but
I don't think we've ever had a crazy story in ours. We were just like, what? We used to have this guy. His name was Andy.
Andrew. Yeah.
That dude was a firecracker on steroids.
Yes.
No filter.
No filter.
Yeah.
No filter.
People will call and be like, that guy with the dreads is gonna get you guys canceled.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
I mean, one here and there, you say little things here and there, but you have a filter, dude. Like compared
you
to
guys had to like bleep stuff out from
never.
No, we never bleep
There's
them
been
out.
only ones that I'm like, if I don't like bleep this out, you're gonna get canceled.
You know what? I lied.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I will do that for you.
We bleeped one out, but then he said the N-word
That's what
so
was
many
mine.
times that it was just too hard to bleep
okay.
it out. So
we
Just trashed that whole
We
video.
just trashed
Yeah.
the
Like, I
whole
won't
video.
say
It
who
was
said it, but a guest said it.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, you know what? I'm just gonna save you
it's
from this.
we can't. We
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah,
It's
but
not what we want to put
this
out
guy was
there.
like a firecracker. Like he brings the fuego, like you're saying.
Yeah.
No
It's
filter.
hard to find people like that too,
It
though,
is.
that are super down to just be like, here's my 100% self.
Yeah, and that's what like a lot of people would be like, "Yo, you got to take that dude off." I'm like, I'm not gonna take him off. I'm like, I love the genuine in him. Like, yeah, he doesn't have a filter, but he's great content. He's like his mind is different, which I think it makes it like interesting because he's raw, genuine, and different in his mind. Which to him that's normal, but to other people you're like, what the hell? But it kind of gets you like, okay, you like him or you hate him.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like in between.
He sounds like one of those people that like if he gets canceled, he wouldn't care. He's like, all right, well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty sure. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that would be him.
That's
I'm
that's
pretty
pretty
sure.
much
That's
it.
true.
That's what he sounds like,
100%.
He'd be like, fucking pussies.
He would reply like that.
Y'all want to stop me from doing it? I can
They
imagine.
don't want me to succeed.
I imagine
It's
a Kanye West.
conspiracy.
I imagine a Kanye West rant. They don't have the answer.
oh my god, like I can't imagine interviewing like Kanye and then him just going off on a rant and me just like, all right, I'll just peace out.
It's like, it's gonna end there.
No.
But how'd you guys feel when he was on the ballot? He actually was on it. You guys
I
saw that?
was surprised.
I was
Yeah, yeah,
surprised.
on
I
there.
didn't know that he was gonna run as a VP. I didn't.
As a VP?
Yeah, he ran as
he
a
was
VP
saying
to
it
someone.
like he wasn't, but he was.
But
a
then
VP.
when you actually look at the ballot, like he was on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I took
What?
a picture
I
of
was
it because I was like,
shocked.
this is weird. Like I don't feel like this should be on here.
You're like,
No.
It's like
Is
that
it a
mistake?
mystery or
and,
what?
so guys, when voting happened, I didn't get my mail-in ballot, so I actually went in person the day
I
of
did too.
before work.
Yeah.
And then guess what happens the day after?
You're-
I get
you're-
it in the mail, guys. I
The
get
day
my
after
actual
the
ballot in the mail.
election day?
Yes.
Trump was holding the back.
Yeah.
Trump was holding it. But it's blue. I mean, California's blue.
So
It
so
don't
I'm gonna
matter.
keep it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it forever as a piece of history,
Right.
and
People-
then look back on it, show my great.
Damn, you're
Yeah.
thinking of living like 200 years then.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Damn,
kidding.
I can't even think about kids.
No, honestly, me neither. But yeah, it's a piece of history for sure.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
the
That is.
government tried to
Keep
scoop me
that.
over.
He got some votes too. when I
He
was-
did.
Yeah?
Surprisingly,
He did.
I was
yeah.
like, that's
Like a small
scary.
percentage.
Yeah.
You know what? We made a TikTok about Kanye West being a president for 2020. It got us like almost half a million views on TikTok.
and
And
check
like
it out, guys.
we
check it out.
did it as a joke, but there's people that were like on the comments are like, "Yo, I'm down to vote for him." I'm like, what? Like
the fuck?
really?
And then when
It's
it
just
actually
a joke,
It's all
man.
the hype beast.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hype,
that's
you
all
know?
it
Man, just imagine that dude on like being the president with the nuclear codes. You know what, Russia? I don't like you today. Boom.
Literally.
You know?
You don't want to sell Yeezys? Boom.
You know what, Nike?
He makes like a suit, but it's like all Yeezys. I could picture him doing it just to like be in front of the whole world wearing Yeezys.
I don't know, man. Thank you for who did not vote for him.
I know. Seriously.
Anyways,
I know.
So you do a podcast. Okay, you also do photography, right?
Yeah. So I've been doing photography for going on 12 years. Next May will be like 12 years, and I started when I was
God
16, and I
damn.
started charging people right away. Like as soon as
Really?
after, yeah,
Really?
like as soon as
That's
like I
good.
did a few shoots, people are like, "Oh, can you take my pictures?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna do it for free."
Right.
And so
Hey, you
since
go,
then,
girl.
Value your work. That's
yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
Hey, do you have like friends and family members that'll be like, "Hey, yo, give me a discount, go."
Oh my gosh, yes. Even like old you know what's funny? It's my family doesn't do it. My close friends don't do it. But like distant friends or distant family, they're like, oh, do you have a discount? I've gotten this girl who I didn't know, and she DM'd me and she's like, hey, do you have college discounts? And I was like,
what the fuck?
You're like, girl, I am college age. Come on now. It's like, you're gonna pay for my college. Come here, give me some. Give me some.
It's like,
my fee plus tip, girl. Come on.
I'm like, now I'm charging you double. Damn.
What the fuck is this college?
I was like, damn, I don't even have a storefront. People have a storefront, you know? But I don't take offense to it. I understand, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, like, y'all think I'm balling like that? Because it's not even like that, you know? Like, for me to be able to, like, yeah. And I do my own creative shoots. I think that's where people, like, get it mixed up. Like, I do my own, in between, like, right now.
Clients.
Yeah. Like, I'll do a bunch of my own shoots so my clients can actually see, like, oh, she does other stuff. Because right now, it's very, like, a client's like, oh, I want to recreate this. Or their favorite influencer, and it's like, oh, I want the exact same
like
thing.
this
Where
style,
did she get that
this
shirt?
look.
Where does she get this? And I'm like,
I don't want to look
cool,
like her.
but like, I don't even want to post it because it's like repetitive.
Yeah.
But I mean, I appreciate it.
And then like, and then there's a lot of clients that want to look like them, but like, you don't look like them.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, because I used to do photography too. I don't like to do it no more. I especially don't like to do it with family. Because the client, okay, I take my picture, you know, I charge my fee. You don't like it, that's fine. I never see you again. With the family, I gotta see you in the goddamn party next day. You know,
remember that one time you fucked up my pictures?
They'll be like, hey, can you take my picture? No, I don't do it. Hey, can you take my picture? No, I don't do it. Like the last one I did, it was for like my cousin for her pregnancy baby shower pictures. I told her like 4 times no, and then she was like, hey, can you do it? I'm like, oh, whatever. She's like, how much are you gonna charge? I'm like, I ain't charge you shit. And I don't like charging, like friends and family. I don't like charging them, and it's because I'm gonna see them again. You know, it's like,
so if you don't like it, you can't tell me shit. It's free,
dude. I don't want to
free.
Exactly. There's like no expectations. You can't tell me this. You can't deliver about this. No. I'm giving it for free. I'm giving you my time, my service for free.
Okay.
You know, you cannot.
You could be like,
I can't complain if it's free.
You could be like, I do take donations. You want to drop?
I have my little tip jar.
I should have that.
What?
Tip jar? But I hold it. You know, they're leaving.
Take a picture and just hold.
College
Wait
discount
until
tip jar.
People, because family shoots, like, it's fun, and like, okay, weddings, baby pictures, like maternity, like that's not. I do it, but it's not like. I don't love it.
Yeah, see, I think like as a photographer, I mean that's the kind of stuff that you just have to have in your arsenal and be able to do for money.
Yes, exactly. Especially weddings, like that I get paid the most for as far as like family or like that kind of stuff. Like weddings, I get paid a bunch, so it's like, yeah, I'll do a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'll
you
make
like doing
money.
weddings?
Huh? You
like doing weddings?
No.
I don't like doing weddings.
It's like
they
book me from like
shit.
7 a.m. to like midnight, and by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I go to my car, I'm just like, let me take a breath, like.
And like, do you usually plan the photos yourself, or do they have like ideas they give you, or how does that usually work?
I do like how they send me like inspo, and we'll work around that, and then I'll branch out for myself. Yeah, because if not, it would be like the exact same boring old thing again. Yeah, and I kind of struggle with that right now with people.
One time they asked me, hey, can you Photoshop a waterfall behind this? I'm like, bro.
See, I made the mistake that like people know I can Photoshop things. Yeah. So when it's a reoccurring client and it's somebody else's in the picture, they're like, oh, she can Photoshop it. And I'm like, damn, I know I can, but like that's extra work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not, okay, it takes talent to take the picture, but the talent, like the big talent, the big time is editing. It's the editing, dude. The post is that's what it is. Like anybody can snap a picture, but then an editor can turn that into like oh shit, that looks dope.
Like you can take an iPhone picture and turn it into a whole photo shoot. Like
exactly,
you just have to know how to
edit. And that's what, like, I have a friend. She just started her photography business, and she has a lot of clientele with single moms and stuff like that, with with little kids, because she's a single mom too. So she relates. That's her niche market. And she started charging like $30. I'm like, for a 45-minute session, she would edit them, and then she wouldn't print it out. She would give it to him. I'm like, yo, you're under.
Way too.
That's like what I charged like when I was 16.
Yeah, exactly.
You could charge way more than that.
I was like,
you got to be competitive.
Yeah.
Because you got to put value on what your time, your effort, your travel time, all of that, your materials.
Exactly. And that's right. And I broke it down to her. I'm like, okay, so you're going to go here. You're going to charge $20 of gas. Okay. You have $10 left for what? So you're gonna pay yourself 5 hours for 30 minutes of taking pictures and $5 for how many hours of editing?
It's hard to value your own work though, because even now, like I could be charging way more. My sister gets so mad at me because she's like, you could literally be charging, like this one client told me, she's from San Francisco, and she's like she was trying to come out here so I could take a picture. She's like, hey, this girl's charging me for a 30-minute birthday session $1,000. And I was like, what the hell? Like, why am I not charging that?
Well, yeah.
like what? I mean, I feel like that's a little overpriced for like one picture, but I mean, know your worth. If her pictures are that great, like I can't really
because that's
talk shit, you know.
Like I was charging half for 10 for 10 pictures. I was charging $500 for 10 pictures, and then I would do like I have a friend. She was the one that gives me all these gigs, and like they would contact her, and then they would see her pictures, and they would contact me, and they're like, hey, can you do it for me? I feel sad, but like we're still friends. But then she would also do like a lot of like low budget weddings and shit like that, and she'd be like, hey, can you help me out? They're low budget, you know, this happened to them, it had a tragedy in the family, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, let's go. And one time I took this dude, dude, it was like we literally donated our time. We took a drone. We took blah 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 blah.
A drone.
Yeah, we did it it was super dope. It came out like
just photographs or videography.
No, video. We did video for that one.
Yeah.
She did photography, and like she's like, it's a low budget. This happened. She's my family member. I'm like, fuck, girl. Like I'm like,
bad,
we'll make it work.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it'll be free food. Like no shit, there's free food every time. You know?
It better be.
Yeah, but like we were there for like what 8 hours, 9 hours.
I think so.
I mean, we literally donated our time. It was donated.
That was
time.
just more of a favor, though.
Yeah, it was like
I've done that before too, because you feel bad, like for
you do, yeah.
And people do it, like will DM me and be like, oh, I have that, or I had one girl, like I don't know, like they just say like their circumstances, and I'm like, damn, but that's not gonna pay my bills.
Yeah,
you know, like it's hard, especially when it's photos that you don't like enjoy.
Yeah, and so exactly. And when she hits me up, hey, can you do this? I'm like, well, what's their budget? I don't even put a price anymore, because I know it's like she's hitting me up for like lower, and you know, and you do kind of like gravitate to it, especially when you're like Hispanic, and you know, like quinceañeras are expensive. Like you got to buy this, you got to buy that, and the last thing you want to pay is for photography and video, which you're gonna watch once and never again, you know, kind of thing like that, you know. So I'm like, oh, what's their budget? And they're like, oh, 300, and they want this and this. Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 600. They want
That's
this.
the
and
worst,
this and
when they like, okay, I have a budget of $300, and they expect all this shit.
And they
Like,
still
I'll
expect
give you
everything. It's
$300,
like, well,
but
for
it's-
$300, I could give you the discount.
It's like $150 for me to get there.
Yeah.
The other
You travel
$150 to
across
get
the
back.
country, oh, but I won't pay for it.
So obviously,
That-
with you know your arsenal, your weddings, your baby showers, and all the typical photography, what would you say your style is as a photographer?
I'm more, I mean, I'm a portrait photographer, but
Okay.
I like more fashion and editorial photos.
Nice.
So I think that's why it's worked well with like influencers, because they don't want like just smiling. Like they could take that on their iPhone. Like they need that little extra like touch or whatever.
Something stylistic.
Yeah, and so I'm you know, I'm not the only one who does it. There's a bunch of photographers that I look up to that do it, but I would say and so that's what kind of helped me work with more influencers.
How has the COVID affected like?
It was bad for like, I mean, I took a month and a half off when it first started, because I was like, oh, this is kind of scary.
Yeah.
And then people kept DMing me, and I offered to do the whole studio setup outside, and I was like stressed about that, because I'm like, oh, like that. I don't know how that's gonna work, but yeah, in the daytime, and so I offered it, and people were like, no, it's okay, and I'm like, all right, and so I mean, yeah, nobody's had COVID, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, I kind of had to like take my chance. I wasn't full time at the time when it first started, but. Yeah,
but now
that's right. You said you do this as you're living, like full time. Yeah, how does that work? Like you just always consistently every week have so many clients, or how do you meet?
I shoot
how to meet your goal
every single day. In the last like 5 months, I've had 4 days off.
Wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, 4 or 5, and it's.
But you enjoy it though. That's the difference between working a job and then doing what you love.
Yeah.
You don't see it as see it as a job. You know, you see it as an art that you're making money.
Exactly.
Which a lot of people want to be in that position, because they do work a 9 to 5, and then after that they do their thing. Which if they can replace their income with what they love to do, they would love to do that. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
And I think it takes a lot of just time, and like if you really like something, like you'll make it work. And I think a lot of people like try things that they're not passionate about, but they think will make them money, and it sucks in the long haul because it's like you don't even like doing that.
Yeah.
And it happens to a lot of like creators that I see, like even like starting a podcast or like starting a YouTube channel or want to be a TikToker. It's like, oh yeah, I just want to be famous, but I don't want to put the work in. I'm like,
people
like,
think
that
is
takes,
simple.
like 4 hours for some people.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how they do it. Like
it's not an overnight thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're like that dude that did the cranberry juice.
Oh, it's not overnight thing for them
What
either,
is
though.
it? 420. What is it? Mad Dog or something? What is it?
420 Mad.
Yeah, that dude. That dude.
Face, there you
Dog
go.
face. That was lit. That's how you
Dude, now he's like, it looks like he's living in like a nice house and all this stuff because you can get paid from TikTok. So it's like,
really.
I'm like, damn.
Well, then he has a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
That guy's over nice. But you know what? That guy's winning in 2020. Hikey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy's just having a blast. He's getting money.
He's
He's
got a
drinking
truck.
cranberry juice. Oh, he's got a truck. That's right.
Oh yeah. He's just vibing.
That's what it is.
And
I think
feel like being authentic. I feel like
that's
you
what it
can
is.
tell. He's just like that's
Yeah.
just him.
And like you're saying, being authentic, but your experience and all, you have what is it? You said 12 years.
Yeah.
That shows, and the fact that you're passionate about it, because we were saying like, oh, people just do it for the money. I know a lot of people that just do it for the money, and because they have the connections, they can charge the $500, $600, $700.
Or if they just have the equipment,
Exactly.
to just charge for it.
Yeah, but you see it in the work, like, okay, yeah, that looks good because it was used with a great camera, blah 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 blah, and
Great
then they hire somebody on Fiverr to edit that shit, and but you see the difference when you have like somebody that's actually passionate and put the work behind it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is some quality work.
Because they pay
compared
attention
to like
to
the
detail.
robotic kind of like same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the craziest shoot you had?
The craziest shoot? They're probably like the ones that's
most
like
unique.
my own. Like I use my sister. She models, and so like luckily I think that's why I've grown because I forced her to model since she was young, and now she's like a great model and gets booked. But
wow,
you're forcing your family a lot, man.
No, but I'm trying to
Are you
make some
controlling?
money,
Hey, that's
Are you
good though.
controlling?
That's in a good way.
She's the Kardashian mom. What's her name?
Yes. And I'm like that with my friends too. I'm like, I have friends that have like a great family dynamic, and I'm like, make this a YouTube channel, like family channel, make money.
It's true, huh? Like how, it's crazy because I see what you see, because a lot of times like I have family like that, like I have cousins, and I'm like, yo, you guys should make this like a YouTube thing. I think it would have popped.
It works for a lot of people. I'm like, I mean, I feel like I would. I mean, it might get boring but I feel like people make it work. I'm like, damn. Make a TikTok family channel. I don't know.
Yeah, something that's only a minute, right?
Yeah, seriously, that's way easier. But I think my craziest shoot, like I'll randomly get an idea, like, and be like, hey, my sister's name's Stephanie, and I'm like, hey, Steph, like, are you down to get in the pool? She's like, it's October, and I'm like, I know, but like, it's a really, and we'll take road trips, like. I don't know. We shot when I was in France. We had a photo shoot out there. I like met up with some models there. So I don't know. I think each shoot has its own like experience, or like when somebody that I've watched on the internet for a long time will DM me, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, that's weird. Like,
have you ever been starstruck? Like where you're like, oh shit.
With clients, no, but like because I used to make YouTube videos, I used to go to a lot of like YouTube parties, and then like meeting people there, I have been a few starstruck, and like I try to like put myself out there and be like, hey, I'm a photographer, and I'm like. Fuck. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse on here, but I know, literally, yeah.
Just look at my Instagram.
I know, yeah. I'm like, here's my phone, like, figure it out. But I get shy with stuff like that, like putting myself out there with someone I look up to. But it's cool when people like come to me,
hit you up like, hey, take some pictures.
Yeah.
You're like,
except when they're trying to do it for free.
No college
like, hey,
discounts.
Are you trying to collab? And I'm like, no.
Well, that's technically yeah, it is a collab, but you have like
have
other.
You collabed before?
Yeah. I'll collab if I reach out. But if you reach out, I'm like, do you want pictures? So like.
So feel lucky, guys. She's here. Feel lucky because I reached out.
Well, tell us how we find you on like social media, your YouTube and all that.
My YouTube is embarrassing old content, but I really want to make videos again. It's Cindy Jauregui. My Instagram, Cindy R. Jauregui. My photography page is Filmed by CJ, and you can find me anywhere else, Cindy Jauregui as well.
For sure. Check out her podcast.
And Wonderbolt Podcast.
Yeah, check out her podcast. What are you on? iTunes or?
Yeah, iTunes, Spotify, Breaker, all that.
All that good stuff. Awesome.
Yeah,
Cindy,
We'll
will
definitely put your info down at the
Yes,
bottom.
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
for-
having me.
yeah, thank you for being here, Cindy. Guys, thank you for watching another Grub'N Talk podcast. Hopefully you enjoy this podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 200 subscribers.
Thank you.
We went back down to 200 subscribers. We at first we
After
were at
200,000.
200,000. I said 200,000 in the previous video.
Hey, reach
Hey,
the
hey,
stars.
let's do it.
Reach the
Let's
stars.
do it.
All right, guys. So say you remind me to do what was it? Do next video here and next video what? Or
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, guys, check out our
Somewhere
yeah something like that,
Somewhere,
right?
It's up here somewhere.
Check out another video. Cindy, again, thank you for
Next video here, and our other videos are over here.
It's gonna be way out.
Over here.
It's a way out of
Over
frame.
here.
I'll just keep my hands right here.
And Cindy, again, thank you for being here, guys. Check out our stuff. Check out our Instagram. All her info is gonna be down in the bio. And again, thank you for watching. We're out at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.